Welcome to our journey through the most secluded towns in the United States. Imagine living in a place where the nearest grocery store is hours away, where cell service is non-existent, and where the only way in or out is by plane, boat, or even mule. What if the closest hospital was hundreds of miles away, and your mail took weeks to arrive? Could you handle a life of complete isolation, surrounded by nothing but wilderness, mountains, or endless desert? In today's video, we're diving into the top 10 most secluded towns in the United States, places so remote that most people don't even know they exist. These are towns where residents embrace solitude, self-sufficiency, and a way of life that seems frozen in time. Some are nestled deep in the mountains, others are cut off by vast deserts or endless forests, and a few are so remote that they still rely on mules or snowmobiles for transportation. If you think you could survive in one of these towns, let us know in the comments. Would you trade the chaos of city life for total isolation? Or is modern convenience too hard to give up? Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the most fascinating places on Earth. Now let's journey into the most isolated corners of America. You won't believe some of the towns that made this list. Our journey starts in the vast expanses of Montana, amidst the rolling plains, where we find Jordan, a town steeped in history and seclusion. Located in the vast open plains of northeastern Montana, Jordan is a tiny town of about 340 people, making it one of the most isolated places in the continental U.S. The nearest major city, Billings, is 175 miles away, and the closest interstate is over 100 miles to the west. Jordan is in the middle of Garfield County, which has a population density of just 0.4 people per square mile, one of the lowest in the country. The town's seclusion is due to its location in the rugged Montana Badlands, where harsh winters and long distances make travel difficult. Jordan is best known for being close to the Charles M. Russell National Wildlife Refuge, but its extreme remoteness means that residents have limited access to health care, grocery stores, and other modern conveniences. Our next destination takes us west, to the secluded town of Cove, Oregon, where the beauty of nature remains untouched by time, and a unique story unfolds. Nestled in the remote northeastern corner of Oregon, Cove is a small town of about 600 people that sits in the Grand Arond Valley, surrounded by the Blue Mountains. The nearest big city, Boise, Idaho, is 160 miles away, and even the closest mid-sized town, La Grande, is a 30-minute drive through winding mountain roads. Cove's remoteness is due to its geography, with rugged mountains and deep valleys making transportation difficult. The town is known for its stunning landscapes, natural hot springs, and a slower pace of life. However, winters can be harsh, with heavy snowfall often cutting residents off from the outside world for days at a time. Next, we journey north to the icy wilderness of Alaska, where nestled amidst towering mountains and glacial fjords lies the extraordinary town of Whittier. Tucked away in the icy wilderness of southern Alaska, Whittier is a small town of about 270 residents, most of whom live in a single building, Begich Towers. The only way in or out is through the Anton Anderson Memorial Tunnel, a 2.5-mile one-lane tunnel that closes at night and is shared with the railroad. If the tunnel is closed, there's no way to drive to Anchorage, which is 60 miles away. Originally built as a military installation during World War II, Whittier remains one of the most isolated communities in the country. The town is surrounded by mountains and the frigid waters of Prince William Sound, making travel nearly impossible in the winter. While the remoteness offers stunning views and a tight-knit community, it also means residents rely on shipments for food and supplies, often enduring long waits for essentials. Our journey takes us back to the lower 48, to the vast expanse of Wyoming, where amidst the rolling plains and towering peaks lies Dixon. Located in south-central Wyoming near the Colorado border, Dixon is home to just 71 people. The closest major city, Laramie, is 150 miles away, and the town itself is cut off from most modern conveniences. The remote nature of Dixon is due to Wyoming's sparse population and vast open spaces. The town sits in the Little Snake River Valley, surrounded by rolling hills and harsh weather conditions that make travel difficult, especially in winter. Despite its small size, Dixon has a post office, a school, and a single store, but residents often have to travel long distances for medical care and other essentials. From the windswept plains of Wyoming, we venture to the remote desert town of Hanksville, Utah, where amidst the red rock formations and desert flora lies Hanksville. A small town of about 220 people, Hanksville is in the heart of Utah's Red Rock Desert, surrounded by some of the most stunning but inhospitable terrain in the country. The nearest major city, Grand Junction, Colorado, is 150 miles away, and even the closest town of significant size, Richfield, is more than 70 miles away. Hanksville's isolation is due to its location in the Henry Mountains and its proximity to Capitol Reef National Park. The town is often used as a base for exploring the surrounding canyons and deserts. But year-round residents must contend with extreme temperatures, limited resources, and long trips to access basic services. We're about halfway through our journey into the most secluded towns in America, and some of these places are truly mind-blowing. Can you imagine living somewhere like Supai, Arizona, where mail is still delivered by mule? Or in Green Bank, West Virginia, where there's no Wi-Fi or cell service at all? Which of these towns do you think is the most extreme? Let us know in the comments. We love hearing your thoughts. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into America's most hidden communities, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Do you want to see a video on the most haunted ghost towns next? Or maybe the coldest places people still live in? Drop your ideas below, and who knows, your suggestion might be our next video. Now let's keep going, because the next towns on this list are even more remote than the ones we've covered so far. Our journey takes us next to the Appalachian Mountains of West Virginia, where nestled amidst rolling hills and dense forests lies Green Bank. With a population of around 143 people, Green Bank is famous not just for its isolation, but for being part of the National Radio Quiet Zone, a 13,000 square mile area where wireless signals are restricted to prevent interference with the Green Bank Observatory. This means no cell service, no Wi-Fi, and no radio stations. The town is more than 2 hours from any major city, making it one of the most secluded communities in the eastern U.S. The radio silence, combined with the town's mountainous surroundings, gives it an eerie, almost post-apocalyptic feel. Residents enjoy the peace and quiet, but living here requires a willingness to disconnect from modern technology, as even basic communication is limited. Our journey across America's most secluded towns takes us now to the vast expanse of West Texas, where amidst the arid plains and mesas lies Mentone. Mentone is the only town in Loving County, the least populated county in the United States. With a population of just 22 people, it is the ultimate definition of seclusion. The town sits in the arid, desolate landscape of western Texas, with the nearest major city, Odessa, more than 70 miles away. The town lacks many basic services, including a school, a hospital, or even a grocery store. The only signs of life are a gas station and a small courthouse. The county's remoteness is due to its vast desert landscape, where oil fields dominate the land and roads are few and far between. The lack of fresh water and harsh climate make it a difficult place to live, yet some residents remain, drawn by the solitude and the legacy of the Old West. Our journey takes us to the remote reaches of Ibapa, Utah, a secluded town that feels like a hidden gem in the vast expanse of the American West. With a population of only 12 people, Ibapa is one of the most isolated towns in the lower 48 states. Located in the far western part of Utah, close to the Nevada border, Ibapa is more than 160 miles from Salt Lake City and 60 miles from the nearest gas station. The town sits in the high desert, surrounded by the rugged Deep Creek Mountains. Originally a Pony Express station, Ibapa has remained largely unchanged for over a century. The town's extreme seclusion is due to the lack of roads, services, and infrastructure in the region. The closest major highway is over an hour's drive on a dirt road, making it difficult to reach even in good weather. Our journey takes a serene turn as we arrive in Elam, Alaska, a town that stands as a testament to the rich cultural heritage and natural beauty of the region. With a population of about 330 people, Elam is an Inupiat Eskimo village located on the shores of Norton Sound, 90 miles east of Nome. There are no roads connecting it to the outside world, making it completely reliant on air travel and seasonal boat shipments for supplies. The nearest highway is more than 600 miles away. The town's isolation is primarily due to Alaska's vast, undeveloped landscape, where travel is hindered by extreme weather and rugged terrain. Originally a reindeer herding settlement, Elam remains deeply connected to indigenous traditions. Most residents rely on subsistence hunting and fishing, living off the land in a way that has changed little for centuries. Our final destination takes us deep into the heart of one of America's most iconic natural wonders, the Grand Canyon. Here, nestled at the bottom of a side canyon, lies Supai. Supai is the most remote town in the lower 48 states. Home to around 208 people, it is only accessible by foot, mule, or helicopter. The closest road is 8 miles away, and the nearest large city, Kingman, Arizona, is more than 60 miles to the southwest. Supai is the capital of the Havasupai Indian Reservation, and its isolation is a result of its location at the bottom of the canyon. There are no cars, no highways, and no convenience stores in sight, just breathtaking waterfalls, sheer cliffs, and rugged wilderness. Mail is delivered by mule train, making it the last place in the U.S. where this method is still used. The extreme seclusion has preserved the town's way of life, but it also makes daily living a challenge. Thank you for joining us on this journey through America's 10 most secluded towns. Some of these places are so remote that they feel like they belong in another century, while others offer a peaceful escape from the chaos of modern life. Which one surprised you the most? Could you see yourself living in total isolation, miles away from the nearest city? Or do you need the comfort of Wi-Fi, shopping malls, and fast food? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into America's most hidden communities, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for another incredible journey into the world's most mysterious, extreme, and unbelievable places.